Hey MJ traders and investors, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community on the planet. Wednesday, August 9th. Happy hump day. Hope you're well. In this video, we're going to be discussing Curaleaf's Q2 2023 earnings that just came out after the market closed. They did miss in terms of estimates, so they missed in terms of revenue estimates and EPS forecast, earnings per share. We'll look at the chart and what to expect in the days, weeks ahead. I do own Curaleaf, full disclosure. It is it's in my top 5 holdings, and I did a video on my top 5 MJ holdings, and then I did another video on my entire MJ Holdings portfolio with percentages. If you haven't seen that, check that out. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, click the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Also, make sure to follow Pow Group on X, formerly Twitter, and handle is Group Pow. So make sure to follow Group Pow on X. That is now my platform of choice. It's also the best way to get real-time updates out there. I'll be boycotting Facebook because they banned my account for posting anything MJ the future, medicine of the future, MJ related. Banned my account for weeks, months on end. So I'm just going to stop using it until they change their policies. But X seems to have it figured out. Curaleaf reports second quarter 2023 results. So we'll go through this here. All dollars are mentioned in US dollars unless otherwise indicated. So we'll go through this here pretty quickly. Actually, before we get to the highlights, I'll just show you. Forecast was $339.2 million for revenue, and negative 0.042 was EPS forecast. So we'll go through, and you can see here they had net revenue of $338.6 million, so 338.6 versus 339.2. So they had a miss there. And then if we scroll down, you can see here loss per attributable to Curaleaf Holdings and basic and diluted negative 0.10. So when it's in brackets like that, it just means that it's negative. So negative 0.1, and they were forecasting negative 0.042. So they did miss slightly on revenue, but a pretty big miss there in terms of EPS. So I would expect the stock to be down a bit tomorrow just on that alone. But second quarter 2023 financial highlights: net revenue of $338.6 million, a year-over-year increase of 4% compared to Q2 2022 revenue of $327 million, which excludes discontinued operations. Sequentially, net revenue grew 1%. Gross profit of $146.5 million and gross margin of 43%. Adjusted gross profit of $149.9 million, resulting in an adjusted gross margin of 44%, which includes an 80 basis point impact from additional expense reclassification into cost of goods sold, COGS. Net loss attributable to Curaleaf Holdings of $71.2 million, or net loss per share negative 0.10 as mentioned. Adjusted net loss from continuing operations attributable to Curaleaf Holdings of $68.9 million, or adjusted net loss per share of 0.09. Adjusted EBITDA of $70 million, or 21% of revenue. Cash position at the quarter totaled $85 million. And free cash flow from continuing operations of $8 million. But I'm very, very bullish on Curaleaf. It's definitely in my top 5. With Germany set to legalize, there was actually some news today. If we just bring that up real quick here. So Germany, top German official expects federal cabinet to approve MJ legalization bill next week. So Curaleaf's going to be a huge, huge proponent and beneficiary in the German market. And like I said, I think that this company is going to be one of the top 5, if not top 3 global companies. Very, very bullish on Curaleaf long term. And then we could even get reclassification of MJ from HHS into the end of the year. We know October is the 1-year mark, and they want to get it done by the end of the year. I think Schedule 3 is most likely. That would remove 280E as well. And then Curaleaf also in New Jersey, where the governor has imposed a workaround for 280E at the state level versus the federal level. So we're starting to see dominoes fall. There's more and more states starting to do that as well. So trying to find this loophole and workaround. And that's just a precursor into what's going to happen, in my opinion. And I think 280E will be removed very, very soon. We could even see safe banking with August recess going on right now. We should see them pick back up in about 4 weeks. So we could see safe banking into the end of the year as well. But safe doesn't solve 280E. Reclassification to Schedule 3 or higher, or descheduling, would remove the 280E tax burden, which would be massive for a company like Curaleaf and companies in the US. So watch for safe banking and HHS and review and rescheduling, or even descheduling, to happen into the fall. And there could even be US legalization of medical over the next 1 to 2 years. And then Germany set to come online. And like I said, experts expect federal cabinet to approve MJ legalization bill next week. So we could see some massive upside leading into that. But I would expect the stock to be down a little bit. If we take a look at the monthly time frame, we have the low high. We're looking for a higher low. So I would assume that we're more than likely going to start monthly consolidation as early as tomorrow, but by the end of the week, I would think. So if we lose 295 on CURLF, So USD on the OTC, if we lose 295, we start monthly consolidation, then we look for a higher low compared to 219. What we need to see is this higher low and higher high to be in a monthly uptrend to be confident. We need monthly uptrends across the sector, not just Curaleaf, but in other MSOs and producers in the US, also in Canada, retailers in the US and Canada, and ETFs in the US and Canada. We also need golden crosses with the 50-day moving average below the 200 crossing. Once that all happens, then we can be confident that the multi-year bear market is over and we're entering a new multi-year bull market. But I'm going to be looking to add more Curaleaf on a monthly higher low as we look for a monthly higher low and trend change. So if you're looking for an entry, you could potentially get a nice entry here, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but you could get a nice potential monthly higher low here, somewhere around that 250 area. Look for a higher low to form, and then if we break above resistance there at 427, that would give us our monthly uptrend. So watch for that to occur, and we are trending back to monthly EMA 12s. A lot of names doing so. If we take a look at, say, like a name, I just did a VFF video, it's trending back to its EMA 12. We could see a monster opportunity starting the monthly bounce the first time in 12 months in a year. So if we just go, if you entered here with a break above that monthly resistance and the monthly bounce starting, that's about over 100% move just to EMA 12. And then if we take a look at TLRY, it's testing its monthly EMA 12, actually for the third time rejecting to perfection at that. So if you short that rate at EMA 12, you win. And then, like I said, with CURLF, Curaleaf, we are already trending back to that monthly EMA 12 as well. Actually, it hit its monthly EMA 26. If we just go back to EMA 26 from here, that's about an 83% of upside. So like I said, lots of names starting to trend back to their monthly EMA 12, and usually that's what happens. We get above it, we get extended to the upside, we come down as support, confirm it as resistance, get extended to the downside, come back to confirm it as resistance, then we get above it, confirm it as support, and then we rock it. So I think into the end of the year here, it's looking really, really good. In terms of the weekly indicators, we're back below the 10-week moving average. I did a video, if you recall, MSOS ETF. I said US MJ much weaker than Canadian MJ, and then sure enough, take a look at TLRY, that news with Anheuser-Busch and great earnings. Off of its low here, we're now up over 100%. And massive, look at the massive bounce over the last couple months. And then if we take a look at CURLF, we're actually coming down here. So like I said, US MJ a little bit weaker, and then look at TLRY here in the leader in the space in terms of volume, not in terms of revenue per quarter, but or annually, but you can't find another MJ name that has more dollar volume traded in a single day. We're talking hundreds of millions, if not into the billions in some days, right? I think it was over 2 billion traded on Tilray in one single day. $2 billion. I challenge you to find another name like that. But look at how parabolic the stochastic and the MACD is going. Look how parabolic the 10-week moving average is going, and look at the volume. Look at how high and far away from that 10-week moving average we are. And then if we bring up CURLF, you can see here we're back below the 10-week moving average. So again, I kind of figured that these earnings were going to be bad, or it was going to be a bad reaction because of that fact. We had a bear cross of the stochastic, and the MACD is looking to cross bearish as well. That's not looking too good. So it looks like we could see more pain, more short-term pain, and things could get worse before they get better. Also topping out at the 10-week moving average. A lot of names heading back to their 10-week moving average. Tilray now above it as well. So this is looking pretty good for the chances of a bottom being in. But again, we need monthly uptrends across the sector, and then we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I would expect we'll be down somewhere around 5 to 10% on Curaleaf leading into tomorrow. And then in terms of the daily moving average, you can see here we're getting very, very close to a golden cross. Look what happened last time that golden cross occurred with the 50-day below the 200-day moving average. When that happens, it's a golden cross. Price went from about $5 all the way to $18. Then the shorter term, the 50-day moving average was above the 200-day moving average. When that happens, that's a death cross. Price was at around $11, and we went all the way down to low twos. Now we're even more beaten down than the last time this crossed. And look, 50-day crossing, starting to go parabolic and starting to really, in a hurry, starting to come up at that 200-day moving average. So it's looking really good here. We could see the 50-day cross through the 200-day moving average, a golden cross. And again, we had tons of upside last time. This time we're way more beaten down in the space as well. We'll also have Canopy earnings coming out momentarily. I'll do a video on that one. Just been pumping out the videos today. Let me know what you think of this. Are you adding Curaleaf? Do you hold it? Are you going to be looking to add on a monthly higher low as we attempt a monthly trend change? Like I said, it's in my top 5 holdings. Super bullish into the end of the year here with HHS, safe banking, Germany, potential of legalization of U.S. medical. Everything is looking really good into the end of the year, and also the S&P 500 looking like it could see higher highs as well. Going to end it there. It's Rob with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on these earnings in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. Thanks again. See you on the next video.